Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, I mean thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Denver Nuggets. For the Nuggets, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago, going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go-around. Well, for Golden State, they certainly didn't struggle before Steve Kerr became head coach, but since his arrival, he has this team executing one of the most beautiful offenses in the league.
It reminds me a little bit of the triangle. What I mean by that, there's constant motions and cuts in this defensive system. You know, it's much more than just the Splash Brothers shooting up threes. These guys are a fun team to watch.
Yeah, you know, Steve, he did a great job of blending all the coaching styles that he's learned over the past years. He's played for some great coaches, and, you know, he's been fortunate enough to take a little bit from each of them and implement it, and it worked.
It turned into a championship in 2015 for Golden State. That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we will see you later.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. The home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Taking a look at Denver. Well, it's been an improvement this year over last season. They made a lot of adjustments. And
these are two teams whose rivalry goes way back, and anytime they renew it, the fans
to erupt on the floor today.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on there with Will Barton. They get it back, puts up the baby hook, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. The Warriors shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season.
And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Thompson with the bucket.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition.
Barton dishes to Arthur. Jokic. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that.
Hit him 2 points.
Here's Curry, nails the 16-footer. Curry's got on the break. Here's Thompson, lays it in without an inch of room around him.
And
the Nuggets trail by 6. Here's Moutier, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You know,
puts it up. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game. And it's blocked by Curry, and they'll keep possession.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see. You know, Kenneth Faried was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy. His numbers have looked very similar.
Curry gets the bucket.
I'll tell you what, the defensive fashion, too, I mean. A multifaceted approach like that takes a really sophisticated, locked-in defense. Last year's Warriors and where they ranked in the NBA. A chance to check that out now, Kevin. Tops in scoring. First in assists. And they also were #1 in team.
And when you score like these guys did last season, it gives you tremendous confidence. Just play solid defense, and you can...
4. Here's Jokic, up and in on the layup.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play.
From 13. Goes back up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Looking here at some numbers for Andrew Bogut. He had a strong showing last season. Last season, he averaged 6 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
No good on that
one. And, you know, guys, a high-energy post player like Kenneth Faried excels at doing the dirty work. As a matter of fact, he's nicknamed the Manimal for good reason. Very few players in the league possess this combination of energy and aggressiveness.
Spates checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes. Explosiveness, long arms, and huge hands help him compensate for his relative lack of size.
And he has that exceptional shot blocker instincts. I mean, needed to see him reach the next level.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. You always hear him.
Still in this one. Here's Laverne, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Fareed, a screen on Thompson. And Harris wide open. He shoots the basket good off the assist from Nelson.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's on Gary Harris.
And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that off-guard position.
Roof shots.
The first one falls. Well, Greg, for Thompson, last season an uptick in his free throw attempts and his assists, and Clark, a reflection of his activity with the ball in his hand.
He's a complete player, terrific offensive player, outstanding defensively as well. And what I like about him is he never lacks for confidence. He stays aggressive.
From the inbound, they get it back. Spades dishes to Rush. Second chance shot, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
That's good from Rush. Over in the corner, Arthur from past the arc. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson. Barbosa, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. The Nuggets. And we've got a moment now to look at the highest scoring teams in the NBA from last season. The Warriors, number 1.
They were the highest scoring team last season for a reason, Kevin. I mean, nobody found a way to effectively slow down.
The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
Well, let's look back to last year's Nuggets while we've got a moment here, Kevin. 4th in second chance points, 7th in rebounding. And also, they were in the top 10 when it came to fast break points. I mean, they weren't
It was elite, and they weren't shy about sticking their nose in there and going after the ball.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting. And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to. And here we go with Barbosa. Heading to the hoop. Good. And now a 10-point Warrior lead.
That's the third.
Outside. Kicks to Arthur. With the shot. That's good from Harris on the assist by Arthur. Harris has got 5. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Warriors ahead, leading by 8. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going for your
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season when I pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
On the floor for Denver.
Won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement.
It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note was it was the first.
Inside, here's Barbosa, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Must win against Utah.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
The number of points they've scored in the paint all.
Now here's Moutier, guarded by Curry. Wasted no time on that one.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
For Brandon Rush. And a switcher also for Denver. Kenneth Fareed's checked in for Laverne. Play for China and didn't negotiate an out clause when he signed it.
And truth is,
here's Fareed. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
how about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Now here's Moutier. And there's Chandler. That's good on the assist from Moutier. By Fareed. Jumper off the screen, and he drops that one in. And it's 8 points. Comes Curry all alone. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And Steph Curry, not just a super.
Outside Curry. Here's Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 3rd assist on the night. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team.
And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Warriors, number 1.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody.
Warriors leading by 10. To the inside. And it's Thompson with the jam.
How about that, breaking out the stick?
Now, let's see some numbers here on Steph Curry. Great showing for him last season. 1st in free throw percentage. 3rd in three-point shooting, and he was also one of the league's most. How you protect the rim.
From the baseline. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Chandler outside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
It's been a strong night for Wilson Chandler. He's got 10 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the 2nd straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Spates comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Denver. Chandler hits them both.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed.
Nelson outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And head into for the future.
Now here's Chandler. 12 points for him.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Makes it off the glass. Livingston's got his first points in this one. Denver shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Nelson dishes to Arthur. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Feeds it to Barnes. And that one's on target from the wing. Barnes is
Wow, trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
tries from 10, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. That one on Chin.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call.
Spates. And Rush with a clear path to the hoop. There's the bucket. Good. 5 points in the game.
I think that play sort of
He's been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark fourth back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Livingston hits both of them.
And getting coming one of the game's great young point guards.
And for Livingston, last season with the Warriors was a dream. He got to back up Steph, so he got to play against second stringers, and we got to see flashes of his dominant traits again. What a happy ending for him.
And Yusuf Nurkic, really a big, good-looking young prospect. He's the guy that took Mozgov.
That makes him a force on the glass.
And Spates gets it to go.
Out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics. And at least as I look at it, their prowess in...
Dish to Laverne. Here's Arthur. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Warriors ahead as they wrap up the second quarter on a 14-4 run. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Jameer, what disappointed you about the way this team played in the first half, and what needs to change after the halftime?
I mean, we got to obviously keep them off the offensive boards. We're making a lot of mistakes, a lot of careless mistakes, things that we could change. But it's up to us to change them. Coach can't draw up something on that board that's going to change that. We have to come with effort, but we have to play smart. We can't go out there and lose our mind when we're trying to play hard.
Jameer, thank you, guys. He's visibly frustrated.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He had 21 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think? And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
That wraps it up for halftime as the game is just about to get going again in the third quarter. We will see you later.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. He's got 21 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Barnes in at the small forward position. That's the Warriors' 5.
Nice move and finish. I think.
It's a beautiful jam.
Boy, you got to build a wall around.
Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steals.
And, you know, Denver was not that good against the West last season, but contender for dunk of the year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
From Klay Thompson. And he bangs it home with one hand. To the paint, here's Curry. Hits that one. Nice pass, leading him to the bucket. Curry's got 23.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Screen by Fareed. Jumper off the screen. That's good on the jump shot on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing it.
Barton passes to Jokic. He makes the Johnny from the left block. He's got 8.
Exactly what they want right there. Continue to get good looks.
Here's Barbosa. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 6 assists. Lets it go from 14. And Denver again with the bucket.
Well, he certainly...
10 points for him. From deep, Green. That's good. Green's got 5 points in the quarter. Chandler attacking. And he gets it to go.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing.
And now Curry running the floor all by himself. And Green slams it in.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a...
Inside, Curry. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Here's Moutier, following the basket by Stephen Curry. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty. Pass to Livingston. There's the 3, and the shot is good. Livingston. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. The Nuggets have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to...
Pulls up on the wing, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. He feeds it to Laverne. Shot clock at 5. The shot from the low post is good. Laverne rush. Trying to find Curry. He's at it now. And off the left side of the rim, and it's... Livingston passes to Green. Got that bucket in no time at all. Green's got 9.
First half, he's jumped center stage now.
And that one's good. And that's now 7 points.
That could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs. This switch has definitely been flipped to...
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Warriors on top, opening up a huge gap. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Nurkic. Laverne is out there with Miller. Then there's DJ Augustine. And a corner, Sampson. 6 to shoot. Nurkic. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact. You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. Just didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters. Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
To the middle, shot clock at 6. Shot's good by Laverne.
And he found the soft spot.
To Augustine. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Here's Clark. And that one's good.
And they are...
And the shot is good.
I love the...
Here's Clark. Finished off the break. Clark's got 6 in the quarter. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And Mike Miller gets the 3.
In place.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Andrew Bogut checked in for Spates. Green comes in for James Michael McAdoo. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And Curry's
gets that thing.
And that one's good. And that's now 20 points for...
With that, I mean, I think the punishment will be fair. First positive gets you a 20-game ban. Cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
He has it in the corner. Unloads from 13. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how. Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys. Stat sheet stuffer.
Good.
Supreme.
Oh, Supreme. So that takes it to a whole nother level when you get Supreme in terms of your stat sheet.
And Kellogg's, right?
Yes.
Kellogg's. The #1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. Great expectations, Greg, for the big Aussie coming in.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal rebounder and rim. He averaged over 20 points a game in college. He's an instinctive passer, just not much more you could ask for.
Here's Barnes, and a strong finish with two hands.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fifth steal, and now Curry running the floor all by himself. Drops in the breakaway layup. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And after a scoreless...
An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Curry's got 39. Kicks to Green. Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness. Talk about a terrific game for Green. He's got 15 rebounds, and he has sent a bunch of shots in reverse.
And because of that, there's now a major intimidation factor working in their favor.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Thompson. And the dunk by Chandler.
Jameer Nelson dropping.
Said it, and you can't have a higher basketball IQ than he does. It really helps him excel at all facets.
To the paint, here's Jokic. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And really, that's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Livingston, that's good.
That's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. Just how strong the point guard position is right now, Greg, in the NBA. Just take a look at the point guards who did not make the All-Star team a season ago. Wow.
You know, in both conferences, it's almost as if we're in the midst of a point guard renaissance for the NBA. I mean, MVP Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, CP3 out west, John Wall, Kyrie Irving in the East. Boy, I could go on with the great players at that position.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Barbosa in for Curry. Laverne, he's checked in for...
Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Nelson's felt around the rim.
Laverne, the basket good off the assist from Nelson. Nelson's got assist number 9. All-around dominant performance, Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No click. You're going to be seeing them that often.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was. Poor Curry. Had it fallen, poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
Shooting for Golden State, Jameer Nelson. With one.
Free throw drops for Nelson. Here is Livingston. Gets it to fall.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. You were able to really help out your team on the offensive end. What enabled such a big night of productivity for you?
I'm just used to the pace of the game by now, and my teammates do a good job of finding me when I'm open, so all credit goes to them. I just catch and fire when I'm open.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. We watched a marvelous third quarter from him, and he basically put the game on ice at that point. And from that point on, they were in control. Shaq, what'd you like about his game?
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous. And he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. It's hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.